For me, really, it's about how many lives we touch out there. How much of a difference are we making in the lives of others? So today, I just woke up thinking about this phenomenon of helping or of serving others, especially in the context of us as Africans, particularly South Africans, when we use the concept of Ubuntu, bring that into the context of helping and make a community a better place. My name is Botaki Shalele from Dreams Made Possible. I am your friend in empowerment and knowledge sharing. And I always come to you with what I call Life 101 lessons for a better life. So please join me in this journey by subscribing so that we can grow this community of dreamers. Let's go back to the subject of helping. This particular day, I walked into a supermarket, and as I was standing on the queue, there was an older lady in front of me, and she had already put the items that she picked from the aisles, from the shelves on the counter, and the cashier was doing her duty, and it came to a point where the money she had was not enough to pay for the things that were on the counter, and she went into her bag and then took out money bags, and it was a lot of coins that they were counting, and as they were counting those coins, it came to a point that the money was not enough, and at that point this lady had to return some of the items to the shelves, and at that point I asked myself, there's no way that this person can just walk into a store and pick up items unless if these items are really wants, and I mean needs, and I could see from those items, small packet of maize meal, chicken feet, all those things that we in the South African context will understand that usually people that are struggling a bit would usually go for those meals. It might be having a big family, and or rather kids that she and or her family to take care of. And at that moment, I just thought, and I said to the lady, please. Uh, 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 take everything through, and then I'll pay for everything. And what really shook me was that this lady stood on the side. She did not say anything as they were packing, but I could see from her face the tears rolling down her face. And it was not my intention to go out there and help somebody that day, but I saw a need. And again, it is not because I had money to splash. I did not even think about it. It just came intuitively for me to help this lady. But what really, like I said, shook me was seeing the tears rolling down. And really, it was not my space to ask her why she was crying or what this meant for her, because it was not my intention to get into her space, but my intention was just to help at that particular point in time. So I really was hit by just the look at her face and what this help would mean for her. I don't know what that help means. I don't know if that meal means that it could have been the first meal after 2 days. It could have been the first meal after 3 days. I don't know. Would it be a meal that was going to save a grandchild? I really don't know. But I just felt that this is something that I needed to do at that point. And I must hasten to say, I'm not the first person to do that. A lot of us have gone out to help somebody. And whatever type of help that we advance to another person, we don't know the magnitude of that help. To us, it might seem as a small feat, but to that person, it might be the world. Um, so that's why this thing touched me, and I just thought of this concept of helping. And because I believe that helping is good and it has got its benefits. And that's why, as an African people, we go out and say, let's show empathy sometimes. I'm not saying empathy is directly connected to helping, but it has got the link to helping. And and it's all about being sensitive to the emotional states of others. It's about sometimes suspending our own frame of reference and doing what we can to help other people. So it brings that pro-social behavior where we say, let's care for others, let's show caring behaviors, because we through helping others, we are able to facilitate a cooperation and help others in the process. So it's all about suspending our own frame of reference and helping others to become better. So I also thought of this concept of helping from a point of leadership. And you might be surprised as to why am I talking about helping and leadership at the same time. Is because I believe as individuals, we are able to take a center stage in life and help others. We are able to take a sport in life, which is a leadership sport. And hence, I'm saying I equate helping to leading without a title. You don't have to help others only when you are in a leadership position being driven by a title, but you take a position in life where you lead. And when I say lead, here I mean making a difference in the lives of other people. You don't have necessarily to have a material possession as a prerequisite for you to help other people. You just need to have the time. You probably need to have the generosity, the ability to forgive, for you to be able to help other people. You just need the energy to join a cause to be able to help other people. So imagine if all of us were to take that center stage and play that leadership role where we're saying we are going to help other people without expecting any form of help at the end of the day. That, I mean, any form of returns to ourselves, expectation that I helped you, then as a result, you need to help me. I always believe, and I'll talk to you about it towards the end, that you help others and the universe will come together and exchange, sorry, bless me, and come to coalesce. And I think that was my universe speaking to you that, but like you are saying the right thing. Let's coalesce, Marcos. The ancestors have responded to say, let's talk, let's come together and help each other in the process. Let me repeat again to say that feat was not the first one that I did. Neither am I the first person to do it. A lot of people have done great things. And as I was reflecting on helping that lady and looking at her face, and also the people who were around, looking and saying, wow, you have done such a brilliant work. For me, it was not about the accolade at all. It was not about the accolade. But then I started realizing helping affects the next person who is being assisted. Helping affects the next person who is looking at help being dished out. But helping also has got benefits to the person that is helping. So I've talked about the triad, the helper, the helpee, and the observer who is now impacted by this help. And imagine if now we were to replicate that every day and do things in a way that is going to impact others, how the world would be. Let's not take it as a once off, but if we do it consistently to each other, this world will become a better place. And on that note, I would just like to take you into what I believe helping does based on my observation, based on research, and based on what other people have shared with me. The first one is about serving your gift to the world. There's this quote I came across, and it's an anonymous quote. It says, if serving is below you, then leadership is beyond you. Meaning that if, as an individual, you believe that helping is not up to your standard. It takes you to a lower levels. Then you are not a leader. Leadership is beyond you. You cannot do leadership. But serving is about understanding your gift and giving this gift to other people. It can be a gift of time. It can be a gift of your talents and turning your talents into saving other people. It can be you taking your generosity to other people and making sure that it impacts them at the end of the day. So, what is your gift that you can use to serve others and to help others? If you are a poet, as an example, and that's your gift, and you sit down on that gift, you're not going to share it with the world. But most importantly, you might not impact somebody who wants to be soothed with those words. If you are good in music and you can string notes that are going to give hope to somebody, that's a gift that you are giving to the world. So let's help by sharing our gifts with others in the world, because your gift is what is going to impact somebody. So I believe that helping or serving, I use those interchangeably, is the gift that we share to the world. And let's not be shy to share the gift that has been given to us, because if we don't share that gift, and it's not a threat, it's just a reality of life. If we don't share the gift that God has given to us, He will take it away. What you don't use, you lose, and it will no longer become a gift to you. Let's look at the second point that I have written down here on my notes. It's all about helping, it's all about embracing responsibility. And I believe that as somebody that is helping or serving others, you carry a duty to a cause. You decide that you are going to impact the lives of other people. But for you to impact the lives of other people, you should be able to understand what their needs are, identify their needs. And in some instances, especially in the volunteering space, you need to bring other people together. You need to knock on doors and maybe ask for additional help. So it brings responsibility upon you to be able to change the situation and the lives of other people at that particular point in time. So when you start bringing people together, connecting the community to this a bigger cause, that's when you take responsibility to change another person's life. So that's what I'm saying. Um, Helping is all about embracing responsibility. It's about seeing a need and saying, I'm going to do something about what I'm seeing, because I understand that the step that I'm going to take is going to have an impact on another person. So I believe that helping has got a positive impact on yourself and on the others. Imagine embracing responsibility, the skill that you develop also as a person. You might not be doing it consciously as developing that skill, but as part of that process, you will start developing the skills that are going to help you in other parts of your life. So much as maybe you don't have an expectation of what might come out of your helping, there are some unstated benefits that will come to you. And I'll end this lesson by sharing some of the benefits that I believe comes to you, not only me, but research as well comes to you as a result of helping other people. The third point is I believe that helping brings abundance. It opens doors. It creates this energy that changes your life. The universe comes together to give you abundance. And I would like to quote the words of Stentola, and he says, when you give generous gifts, you build up a bank of goodwill. Can I repeat it? When you give generous gifts, you build up a bank of goodwill. I believe in those words. And maybe let me come directly to my personal life. I don't have a specific research that backs up my belief that my belief that by giving you create abundance. I don't know Stentola if it was just from his personal experience, but I believe it. I have faith. It's part of my belief system. If you do good to others, um, without even expecting anything, the universe will come together and it will start to open up blessings to you. In the African space, we know that especially when you have somebody, especially the elders, they will say to you, blessings upon you, my child. I believe in that. And it's not something that I'm looking for. I need to emphasize that when I help, I believe in helping. But immediately as they say that, there's something that goes in me, in my body, in my mind about the blessing. And this is one thing that I have realized about life. It does not mean when you help somebody by giving them money that the return will be with money. With money, it might be a blessing that comes by you being on the road and this car, when the driver was reckless, just misses you and you get saved. That's a blessing. I'm just making an example here. But I believe deep down that by helping, we receive blessings, blessings that changing our lives, but also would change the lives of others. But as I said, I believe that you help not because you're expecting blessings. You help because you realize the need. And because you do that selflessly, that's when I believe abundance will come in your life. My nephew, my niece was narrating a story where they were attending some cultural event and they had to stay there for a couple of days. And this other lady did not have um, uh, uh, simple stuff, soap to lotions and stuff. And she was sharing these things with her. And my sister said to her, please continue helping that lady. You will be blessed. And I believe in that concept. Like I said, I don't have scientific evidence to back it up, but I believe that when you help others, you are creating luck for yourself. You are opening doors for yourself. Okay, which leads me to the next point because probably you are thinking that, but who do I help? Do I help the entire world? That's not what I'm saying. The fifth point that I want to say is that helping others is a choice. Helping others um, is not an obligation, it's a choice at the end of the day. So when we go out to help, it's not unreasonable as a person to expect a thank you or a recognition. But there are people that when you help, they might not even acknowledge your help. Sometimes it used to irk me, yes, to, but I'm helping you. For example, I give you space to move from one lane with your car into that, and then you don't even say thank you. It used to really get to me, but at some point I stood back and say, but maybe let me think about the reason why I helped in the first place. And when I started thinking that way to say, why did I help in the first place? Then I started to realize my energy taking a different form. So I'm saying let's help without expecting anything, and let's help because it's a choice. It's not an obligation. Nobody came and put a gun on our head to say, go help another person. You know, you will help people that do not understand the concept of thank you. You will help people that feel pity for themselves. And even if you help them, to them it looks like entitlement. And it is really, really painful to help such people. But I know that and I believe that when we work the journey of helping, we do what is enough, we do what is necessary from our points of view. What the other person does about the help that we advance is not something that should stop us from helping. And as we help, and as I said, it's a choice. I emphasize that helping is not really a popularity contest. It is not a worthiness project where you want to prove to other people that you are worthy because maybe you've got money that you have given to a cause and then the world should know. No, it is not a worthiness project. It is not a popularity contest where somebody needs to know. It is just about you helping. It's your choice in helping other people. So how they react and not returning the favor should not be something that stops you from helping. So I encourage you to continue helping because helping is a choice. But I think I would be wrong if I just continue saying that without emphasizing that there are limits to everything. You need to know your boundaries. You need to, in my view, know the purpose of helping and the distinction between helping and being taken advantage of or creating dependence. I believe in this world, we are out there to help others so that they can stand up and help themselves. So I'm not talking of helping here in a context of creating dependence. I'm saying here, let's help people to take them out of their dire situation and help them to grow and then become independent in what they are doing or can be able to do for themselves. So you cannot help from an empty cup. It's a reality of life. So you don't want to find yourself where you neglect yourself. You deplete your own energy because helping requires energy. It requires a certain level of vigor. So when I'm saying it's a choice, I'm saying balance all of those things on this quest to be able to help other people. The last point that I want to make is that helping benefits you. I indicated earlier that you might help not with an intent of getting something in return, but there are certain things that comes back to you that you might not have been aware of. Some are physical, some are spiritual, as I've already indicated. But I looked at some research from the National Institute of Health in the US, and I just want to read what their research says. It says that for example, when people thought about giving money to a charity, the areas of the brain associated with pleasure lit up in the same way when people thought about food and sex. So, what does it mean? It means that when you help, your body releases endorphins. And what are endorphins? They are hormones or chemicals that are responsible to relieve pain or stress. So, helping gives out these chemicals that are beneficial to you to reduce stress. Think about it when you have helped another person. What do you feel in your body? How does your body react to this help that you would have given to somebody at that point in time? Okay, so the other research says that helping someone releases good hormone oxytocin in your brain, and the benefits are really enormous when those oxytocins are being released. So there's something that happens in your body that happens in your brain as you help somebody. So I just want you to stand back and think of a situation where you help somebody and just reflect on what your body felt like at that point in time. Just by helping somebody, I don't think your body contracts, your body expands because endorphins are being released to numb your pain, to numb your stress as a result. The other research that was done by Zaki and is reflected in the Frontiers of Journal report, and they were looking at people who help in times of crisis. For example, during COVID, during earthquakes, and during the hurricanes, as an example, and they realized that these people manifest what is called prosocial behavior. And this prosocial behavior exerts positive effects on helpers. It decreases their stress and loneliness and increase social connection, solidarity, happiness, and shared resilience. When I looked at that research and I thought of the gift of the givers here in South Africa and the leader and the work that they do when they help people under conditions of stress, the the joy that comes with to them once they have helped people to survive tsunamis, hurricanes, to avoid to survive from earthquakes. I believe it's a positive impact that happens to them. So. Like the research says, just to repeat, the positive effects on helpers, it reduces their own stress, their loneliness, and increasing social connections with those communities that they have. So, as human beings, we are hardwired for connection. And that's what helping does to us. It's about connecting us to other people. But like I said, it's not about depleting our energies because we need to constantly refill our energy bucket so that we can be able to help other people. So, if you're a leader and you believe in making a difference to other people, consider helping other people. There's a lot out there that you can do to help another person. And I realized that in this society where we live today, it's all about me. It's no longer about the Ubuntu concept. And Ubuntu concept really is not about being taken advantage of. If we practice it in its purest principle, it's about ensuring that you are because I am. But if we cannot do that, our communities are going to suffer. The children will be left astray. And those that have the means to help others will then do it from a point of taking advantage of those that they need to help. So I'm saying to you, let's replicate positivity in the world by ensuring that we help each other. It's not something that is foreign. It's not something that is that we impose upon ourselves. I believe that it's our human nature to connect and be able to serve and help each other so that at the end of the day, we can become a better people. So, if you liked this content, if it resonates with you, please, please, please subscribe to this channel. Encourage your loved ones to also subscribe on the channel. And if you want to contact us, please click on the email below and engage us, whether it's for coaching sessions, whether it's for speaking engagements, or something that you just want to highlight, or a topic that you struggle with that you would like to get tips on how to address it. Just share with us so that we engage and build this platform together. Until the next episode, have a good day.